Hello mga kapetchay. Today I'm going to take you on a series of trips to Chattanooga, Tennessee. But before anything else, please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell button. So Chattanooga, Tennessee is actually 6 hours drive from Pensacola. So we had to leave a little bit early than normal. And we had to have a few stops for the dogs. They had to go potty along the way. Luckily, Dusty is used to it. He traveled a lot, even before my vlogging time. He was always on a trip with us. Russet, it's her first time on the road, and I was hoping that she was going to be good, and she did. She actually did very well. If you'll notice, Dusty is actually more familiar with this rest stop. We've been here like twice since we started traveling with him, so he knows this area pretty well. Dusty is very trained on his leash, so he has no problem in public places. Russet, however, is a different story. It's her first time to be out in her harness. With puppies, I always prefer to use harness with them than collars, because with Russet, she is not actually trained yet. She's too young to go to school or to finish her puppy kindergarten. So she has no training. Dusty has a full training from puppy kindergarten to an intermediate training. So I trust him fully that he would behave well in public. There are sometimes that he would pay attention to some dogs, but is not really as bad. He knows what he's doing, and he knows exactly how to behave. In the case of Russet, just like any other new puppies or any other new dogs that you have, it is best that you test your harness or collar with your dog if it's our first time to go out with them in public, because you don't know how they're going to react to other people or other dogs. With puppies, it is I prefer to use harness, because especially with smaller puppies, if you are using collar with them, there is I just feel personally that it's going to be a little bit more dangerous, because they could snap their neck if they try to run in a different direction than where you're going. Something caught their attention and then they just go zoomies. They could snap their neck because they're so small, especially with the small dogs. If you're confident in your puppy is strong enough and they're gonna be fine, then go for it. But I'd say still, a harness, it gives you a lot more control over your dog. So for me, preferably harness. I don't really use collar, unless like Dusty is very good with his collar. It's perfect. He has used different kinds. He actually, if you will notice, Dusty is also wearing a harness in his body. So I would switch between harness and collars depending on which one is more comfortable for the day. If there are a lot of people around that he could get distracted, then I would use a harness on him. But if like right now there's not so many people, then I trust him with his collar that he's going to behave very well. Alright, let's just wait for him to get into the car. He likes to watch people and to make sure that there are no other dogs around. He's just nosy like that. Let's just wait for him to settle, and then we're going to put him back in the car, and let's go grab the little potato, Russet. Russet has not been out publicly with her harness. We tested it at home. She was okay. There was a little bit of resistance on the harness. She would swing and drive you nuts, but hopefully she will be distracted with what's going on around, that she won't pay attention to her harness this time. We are right now at the rest area. Whenever you're traveling, especially on an interstate, or you call a freeway, is that a freeway in other country? But it's an interstate. When you're traveling in an interstate, you have a lot of rest areas. Rest areas will have bathrooms, they will have benches, like you see in this video. They have flyers and brochures that you can check out if you want to visit areas that most of the tourists are visiting. They sometimes have like brochures about gardens and waterfalls, and they would have all those beautiful places that they're proud of. It's going to be in their flyers, which makes it a lot easier. They also have maps, and they have free maps. Oh, there goes Rasset. So you'll see she was not really relaxed. She kept spinning and going all over the place, and she doesn't know what she was doing exactly. So that's her and her harness. She never liked it. I'm hoping that she will get used to it. Yeah, she's trying to grab her leash and walk herself. Yeah, that's not happening. Girl, you gotta behave. So, this is actually a good place to start with her harness training because there's not so many people, no, not so many dogs, and she has a lot of space to walk around. I think with smaller puppies like this, especially if they're not trained, it is best to also make your leash shorter to probably 3 or 4 feet so they don't like sag like this. The way I'm holding it is actually not good for them because, like, as you can see, they could get tangled on it. If you are leash walking your dog and they are not that trained, it's best to keep your leash short. You keep it a little bit tight, but not too tight that they would feel like you're trying to pull them in. So that's it for Rasset's walk. Let me go ahead and show you what's inside the rest area. That's the rest area in there. Sometimes they have vending machines inside, which I like because they have those like ice cream sandwiches. I like those things. And I usually find them at the rest areas if they have vending machines. I bet this one has on the other side. So I'm going to take you inside. I won't take you to the bathroom. See, it's really nice. It's fully air conditioned. They have nice bathrooms. That's what I was talking about. They have that little booklet of things that you can enjoy in the state or within the city that you are stopping, and free map. I took one of the maps just because I was not really planning to have a tour in Alabama, but it's good to know some things about the area. And they have also like an ad pamphlet about like fruits and farming and stuff like that. So it's a very good thing to read on the road. Now this whole thing is just going to be driving. We have like 300 miles more to go. So I'll just go ahead and play music for you. So that was most of the interstate drive. This one right here is on our way to on top of a mountain, so it's a little bit zigzaggy. And let me tell you that this area we actually got lost. So because we thought that this was actually a lookout mountain, because it says Lookout Mountain, welcome to Ruby Falls. But this is not the right area that we were thinking of. We were actually thinking of Lookout Mountain, that you are on the cliff. This one, actually, there's a tower that has a lookout tower. Maybe they're part of a Lookout Mountain too, but this one is more like a lookout tower. And then they have this other tower that you can go down, and there's a waterfalls inside the cave. But I don't like cave. Jason is not a fan of cave. So this is the part that we went up a tiny driveway, and we're actually in somebody's house, somebody's driveway, so we have to go back out. This is like 5 feet wide, just fits our car. So we have to go back down the mountain, go back to the main road, because we got lost. So we're going back to the main area and the entrance. I wanted to go on top of the lookout tower, but there's like 2 buses full of kids, and I don't wanna go out there with a bunch of kids. It's not really just the best time. There's so many of them. There's a very long line going up to the tower, to both towers. The other tower that has a waterfalls inside also is very busy. So we just went back out and ate some Chick-fil-A. It's actually not in Bass Pro, but a Bass Pro parking lot. So we just sat there and ate our frustration away. Alright mga kapecha, I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you for staying until the end. This video is dedicated to the people who encouraged me to be in this platform. Big thanks to Leslie Bubble TV, Trenton Mom, and Kanoipi Vlog.